Thank you for joining us. I am Brenda Riley, a member of SJV, and have enjoyed lighting the way since its debut at our church in 2016. I can truly say that I look at Christmas differently now that I've begun celebrating the season of Advent through our gatherings. My faith has deepened, and December has changed for the good. It is also easy to get caught up in the commercial Christmas, so what a perfect way to prepare our hearts and minds for the coming of Jesus by remembering what the holiday is truly about. This year will be a little different, but we can still create the special Christmas feeling in our lives. I wanted to show you what I am doing in my own home to bring the celebration of Advent to our family. I wanted to include them in this special season of the church. So today I'm creating Advent wreaths using items from my home. No need to go shopping. I bet you have all the items needed already laying around your home and can create a beautiful interactive centerpiece too. Bonus, there is so much symbolism with this project that I will point out. The first project is a Bunt Pan Wreath. You may ask, what is a Bunt Pan? Or I don't have one of those, but don't fret. You can vary or modify this with whatever you have. Think circular, as the church relates the circle as a symbol of eternity. God has no beginning or end, and his love for us is unending. So how about using an angel food pan or a round cake pan, a pie plate, or even a dinner plate or a platter? So the first step is to fill your round foundation with something to hold your candles. I have floral foam left over from another project that can be cut to fit. I used a serrated knife that works well to cut them into pieces, and I'm using 4 pieces, 1 for each candle. So you should also use, if you don't have floral foam, you could use rice or dried beans or anything with a little weight. So I'm putting each piece of foam into the Bunt Pan. That should work. All right. Next you should add some candles. Now any shape or size can be used. I'm using tapered candles because it will add some height to our project. They happen to be white, but I've just added a little ribbon to make them traditional colors. Maybe you only have tea lights, so you could try using mason jars for height and inserting then smaller candles inside of them. Here's some visuals to inspire you. So the first candle that will be lit is on the first Sunday of Advent, which is November 29th, and it is purple. It represents the anticipation of the coming of the Messiah. It's also called the prophecy candle. The second candle is also purple, and it symbolizes faith, and it is also known as the Bethlehem candle. And we remember Mary and Joseph as they travel to Bethlehem. Okay, and the third candle is pink, or rose, as Father Paul would correct me on, and it represents joy. Now, joy is also a shepherd's candle, and you could think of the joy the shepherds experienced being the first visitors after the birth of Jesus. And then the fourth candle we're going to insert is represented by the angel candle. It's also purple. It could also be named the peace candle, and the angel reminds us of peace on earth and goodwill towards men. Now to make our wreath. I've cut some greenery out of my yard. Did you know that in the church green represents hope and life? And the actual evergreen means eternal life. What a perfect accent to accompany this project. You could also use branches that are discarded from the bottom of your Christmas tree, or odds and ends that you have collected in your Christmas tote of faux greenery. So insert these into your base, in and around your candles. If they're too long, you can just break off some of the ends of your greenery, or if it's faux greenery, you could bend them in half. There's really no wrong or right way to do this. You just kind of fill in the spaces. Because I love nature, I'm also going to be adding some pine cones to fill in our gaps and holes that are left in between the greenery. So now add a few pine cones. Like I said, just kind of fill in where there might be some holes or gaps with your greenery. Another little trivia for you, in the church, the pine cone represents the death and the resurrection, so it's also fitting that we're adding these. Voila! This wreath is going to sit on our dining room table, and I'm excited and will be inviting my family to light the candles each night of Advent before we eat supper. The lighting of these candles reminds us that Jesus is the light of the world, who came to dispel the darkness and sin and death. If you have kids that are old enough, assign them a week of lighting candles. That would be a great way for them to be involved, and maybe you can even add some trivia or ask your family if they can point out the symbolism that we chatted about. There are even special prayers that can be read each week. Here's another group of items I'm going to use to make another Advent wreath out of. Hope you have extra wine glasses for your wine this month, because these are going to be part of your wreath. I again am using a circular base as part of the wreath. It's going to be a silver charger, and it's easy. You just take your wine glasses and turn them upside down on your base. Now you can use different height glasses to have different height for your candles, but I'm using all the same height, so it's more symmetrical looking. Here you can personalize the look by inserting purple objects into 3 of the glasses. Did you know in the church purple symbolizes penance, prayer, and preparation? The color reminds us to ready our hearts for the coming of Jesus. You could also use purple wrapped candy here or mini ornaments. One of the glasses, I'm going to insert something very special to me, and it's old and has special meaning. This is Jesus from a nativity scene that belonged to my late parents, and it was a gift handmade by a friend. So I think this is going to be a really safe place for me to display it. So at this point you can add your candles, and you can just set them on the top of your inverted wine glasses. And I happen to have white candles, but I've decorated them with this tulle that I had left over from making tutus for my daughter. Let me show you how easy that is. Just take your tulle and wrap it around and knot it. Another idea I've even found was that you could melt crayons and drizzle over your candles to paint them. So now you can circle your base of your plate with greenery. And I've got faux greenery here. Again, there's no right or wrong. You just kind of place it wherever you think looks good. Thank you for being with me today. I hope my ideas inspire you to create your own Advent wreath for yourself and your family. Things don't have to be expensive or elaborate to be special. Keeping things simple and meaningful in a time that is usually hectic is so heartwarming. Enjoy your Advent.